What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, it seems that Square Enix is changing their tune. They've had a change of heart, if you will. All due to, I guess there's a new CEO in town. And so I guess it was at the Tokyo, I don't know when it was, but it was at the end, and Phil Spencer showed up, and they're like, yay, we're all friendly now. So, Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, is that what they renamed it? It's coming to Xbox, in I guess early 2024 or something. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they said, yeah, we pledge, we're gonna bring some more, if we can, if we are allowed to, if it's possible, to bring many more Final Square Enix games to Xbox, meaning that whatever, they have these little contracts with Sony, the don't put it on Xbox clause, the don't put it on Game Pass clause, I think what's happening, most people like to be on the winning side, right? And so they see what's happening with Sony. They see the implosion, they see the cracks in it. They see the implosion imminent. And they see what's happening with Microsoft. They see that they just acquired one of the biggest publishers and game franchises in video games. In history, in the history of video games, history, games, right? They're seeing all these things move. They're seeing all the pieces move. And they're like, I think we should play nice with the people who have all the money. Why would we give up this money here that they're gladly giving out? Why would we do that? And they're seeing the shift in position. They're seeing Xbox come up, basically. And they're seeing PlayStation. You look at PlayStation, it's like, what's down the road for PlayStation? You got the PSVR 2 over here. Turning to dust before your eye. It failed out the gate, and it's stagnant. It is a complete and utter failure. Anybody else, you could try to sugarcoat it, but I've heard, I forgot who it was, but he said, yeah, I'm waiting for some, I got PSVR 2 in the back collecting dust, waiting for some games. I'm like, yo, you just launched that. That shouldn't be this year. This year you launched that in February, if I recall correctly. And people are like, ain't nothing to play. It's like Sony forgot about it. Sony's kind of like Google like that. They're like, oh yeah, wait. And then, boom. If it doesn't jump off right away, magically, then they're like, we tried. And then they give up. Same thing with Google. I got a problem with Google, tangent. They had these things called like Google websites or something. I can't remember what it was called because they canceled it. So I have a website, electronbandit.com. You can go there. It just goes to a link tree and then it goes to all the other stuff. It's not a real website. It's just a portal. It's just a page to the other pages. But anyway, it's a landing page. But anyway, I had said, let me put my site on the Google thing, and you could build a little site and all that stuff. And I did it, right? And it was okay. It wasn't anything special. And then Google killed the program, which in turn killed my website. I had to go, luckily, I was still under the time protection to reinstate my website, my .com, my electronbandit.com. I was like, come on, Google. And I heard it on MKBJ, what's his name? Marquez Browley's, whatever, his podcast. And I'm like, so I did it yesterday, basically. I was like, let me find out. And I went and did it. I was like, okay, and I bought it back again and stuff. And I was like, okay, good. Whew, I still got it. But my point is, Sony's kind of like that. I don't think they're as bad as Google, but they're close. They're like right next to them, because PlayStation VR 2 is a failure, and they're gonna drop it like it's hot. They're not gonna waste any more money with that. What they're doing now is games of service, and they do that with their games too. If a game doesn't jump off and it's super successful, they don't stick with it. They're like, nah. I think the only game they did that with was Dreams. And they killed that. And they're so dumb because they should have put it as a PC app, if you will. A free PC program, everybody would be on that. Everybody would have bumped on that. Even I would have tried it if it was on PC for free. Why do you think I use Blender? Because A is capable and B is free. Same thing with DaVinci Resolve. A is capable and B is free. You know, and you're like, well, maybe I should buy the super version of DaVinci Resolve. That's what happens. If you make a product good enough, people are like, I spent a couple bucks, let's go. But Sony's like, meh. And then they just throw it to the can, they throw it inside the volcano with Joe and everybody else. Yeah, it's weird. You know, you're seeing the shift. You're seeing the shift of power, basically. You see Microsoft coming up. They're making these big moves. And it's not just fanboys that are paying attention. The industry is paying attention. I can't talk. The industry is paying attention. And what they're doing is they're looking at the big players and they want money too. Like first, it's like, oh, Sony has all these consoles out. And you can say, well, yeah, sure, that's cool. You know, that's a good thing. Maybe we should go with Sony because they have the most consoles out. But then you think about what's happening with Microsoft, and you have to do a little calculating, not calculus, but a little bit of a arithmetic. And you say, okay, you got 20-something million Xboxes. You have Game Pass on PC. Now you have the Rogue Ally and the Steam Deck, more so the Rogue Ally. You have PC, and it's like, if you want to add up how many people play Xbox games on PC versus, that plus the total number of Xbox Series consoles that are out there, do you think that that's bigger than the PlayStation 5 numbers? I think so. Because what are they at, 40 million now? They just made 40 million? You think there's not more than 40 million people playing Xbox games on PC? Come on, son. Wake up. And that's what people are that's what these devs are looking at. That's what these publishers are looking at. It's not about being loyal to a console. It's about how many units how many people can we get to play our game? And that in turn promotes a healthy video game industry. And like I've said that before, I said it in the last video, that's my focus. That's what I want. I want it to be healthy so I don't have to worry about ever going through, the crash in the 80s, which it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of bad. Or Dreamcast being canceled, just shut down. Just out of nowhere, shut down. Not out of nowhere, but still, And it was part and parcel of Sega and Sony. Sony was complicit. And anybody who says they weren't, y'all can kick rocks, because they were. And so, I'm glad that they got a new person in over at Square Enix, a new CEO, and I'm glad he's realizing that, these fools just spent almost $70 billion on one publisher / developer / bunch of studios. Granted, it is the biggest, but they got money like that. So if you give them an opportunity to give you money, they will give you money. It's that simple. And so by being xenophobic, like many Japanese studios are, against Xbox because it's America, you're missing out on money. You're leaving money on the table. And in these days, it's not about being a xenophobe. It's not about being racist or anything like that. The color of money is the only color that is important in these business dealings. It's not about anything else. Some people are so rich that they can do whatever they want. Then they can say, no, we're not dealing with these people because we don't like them and we got enough money. But some companies who are like, yeah, they're doing well, but they still need Microsoft. They still need PlayStation, Sony. They still need Nintendo. They can't just be like, F everybody, we're gonna do our own thing. Not too many companies can do that. Even Tencent is having problems because they bought all these studios thinking that it's just money gonna come in, but no, the games have to be good. And basically they just set up a holding company for companies like Microsoft to come in and say, yeah, what y'all want to get rid of some of that? Y'all want to have a yard sale or something? Y'all got something y'all want to sell? Because we got money. We still got money. Y'all acting like we ain't got no, we got money. Tangent, still relating to money. Microsoft's earnings came out, and their net or the gross, whatever it is, after they pay all the employees, what they put in the bank was over $72 billion for this fiscal year. Isn't that a number that's close to something other? Oh, it's close to the 69 billion, dollars. So in 1 year, Microsoft already made enough money to pay for Activision Blizzard King. In 1 year, Microsoft is already paid for. And all these donkey unicorns and all these ponies are gonna be, oh, they're gonna work for a million years to get their money, recoup the money. The money already made back. Money's already back. And granted, I know it's from different parts of the company, but still, Microsoft bought APK. Microsoft made $72 billion last year. Microsoft already paid for it. That's what's up. And now you have to take into account the money they're going to make from Candy Crush, King, Call of Duty, all those things. And they're gonna make more than $72 billion next year. It's already paying off for them because the deal isn't even set in stone, but they went back and they fixed some of the servers on some of the older Call of Duty games. So many people went and bought some Call of Duty games for Xbox. So many people went and bought them backwards compatibility games. Because why? Because Xbox made those games backwards compatible. So players can go back and play those games. The games that are beloved. You know? PlayStation's not doing none of that. You want to play old games? PlayStation Now Premium Plus. You're going to stream it. If it's on PlayStation, trash garbage. They still treating y'all like red-headed, third-eyed stepchilds. And y'all just eat it up. Scoop. I love Sony. Scoop. I don't know, man. Y'all are definitely in that Stockholm Syndrome spectrum. I'm going to say that because they're doing y'all dirty. Sony is doing their fans dirty, and y'all are just looking the other way. Oh, he don't beat me every night. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she don't cheat on me every day. Look, to each their own. If you love Sony that much, to look the other way when they do those nefarious things or try to, seems like they're on a losing path. It seems like they are on the downward slide. Their peak was PlayStation 4, at the end of this generation, at the end of last generation. That was the peak, PlayStation 4. And now they're sliding down because all they have basically to shout from the rooftops is unit sales. Prime example, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they announced that we're so happy, thank you for all the fans, 40 million consoles sold. It's like nobody cares about how many consoles you sold. What is coming out to play on your consoles? When is Wolverine coming out? How long is Spider-Man 2? Did you fix the water? Because the water looked a little sus, I'm just saying. I mean, the first game had Puddlegate. Y'all should have known y'all had issues with water. I mean, that was just puddles. Now, it's like y'all got like PlayStation 2 water going on there. High resolution PlayStation 2 water. I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, that water's pretty whack. Now that's nitpicking. That's not a big thing. But what it is an illustration of the remnants of PlayStation 4 still existing in your only for PlayStation 5 games. Because they're using literally the same engine. They didn't go back and rebuild anything. It came out like a year and a half after Miles Morales, 2 years after Miles Morales. How are they gonna rebuild it? It takes too much time. It takes 5 years to build a new engine, basically. And then another 5 to build the game. So you know that's a PlayStation 4 game. They're just not putting it on PlayStation 4. It's the same old song on PlayStation. It's the same old song. And then they're going to put out a PlayStation 5 Pro, right? And it's just going to be high resolution and better frame rate. But they're still using the same APIs as the PlayStation 4 / PlayStation 5. They're using a PlayStation 5 dev kit, but the APIs are basically PlayStation 4. That's how they get these games out so fast. That's how they were able to get the games out so fast this generation, because they fooled everyone. They lied. Ratchet and Clank, oh, it can't run on the HH, their regular hard drive, not fast enough. Lies. And now this other company that's making this Fatal Error, that dumbass game that looks like hot trash garbage. I saw the gameplay. I was like, you're kidding me, right? That's a PlayStation 5 game? I was like, yo, that's hot trash garbage. But anyway, they doubled down on the whole SSD stuff, and I'm like, y'all are dumb. Y'all did you not pay attention? Did you not pay attention to the Ratchet and Clank stuff that just happened? And y'all gonna double down? Man, they're down bad. Everybody's down bad. Anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Sean Liz, my eyes, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Square Enix CEO thing. You know, switching it up, giving Xbox a bone and stuff, and maybe possibly getting all these other games when the contracts run out, if they ever do run out, and about all the other stuff I kind of mentioned. But I appreciate once again, and I'll talk to you on the next one.